Hi everyone, I'm back with some alternatives for the SoCool paper pumpkin kit for April. I believe I've made 8 cards. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. I have 8 cards, but I do have some things left. Clearly I have the stamp set in the ink spot because I used the big Bermuda Bay and some others. I did use a lot of the dimensionals and I did use some of the dots, but I also did use some wet glue. I still do have a lot of the bumblebee twine, and I have, although I could use some of these, I have 4 envelopes left. I did cut apart 2, and as you can see I have strips of 1 or 2, well, pieces off 2 of them. I still have 1 full sheet of labels, and I have half of a, I think it was the rainbow, half of the rainbow card, and you can see I punched a 1.5-inch circle out of one of them. I do have 1 rainbow card and 1 of these popsicles, and the backs of 2 other popsicles, this white part of an envelope. I still have 3 of the Starburst silvers and 3 of the regular silver label things. I have the stem of a popsicle and I have those stickers. So I still have quite a bit left, and I felt like I used quite a bit. For 1 or 2, I think only 1, I did bring in sweet strawberry because there was a strawberry sticker, so I made a strawberry card. I'll show you that in a little bit. And I did bring in the paper from the sweet ice cream, what is this paper called? It is called Ice Cream Corner Designer Series paper, the 12 by 12. I used several different sheets. I'm pretty sure I used this, and then on another card I did use this, and then on 1 or 2 cards I used, I think only 1, I used that. I didn't use the side with the actual popsicles on it though. Let me stick them in there. And then I brought in some other cardstocks: Bermuda Bay, Pool Party, Terracotta Tile, So Saffron, and I think Old Olive also. So that is what I used, and also I used this quite a lot. So let me just show you what I made. So the first one, I cut apart an envelope. Now when I did that, I cut here and here, about a 1/4-inch strip off, maybe a little more, because I went into where the pattern was, so about a little more than a 1/4 inch on each side. But I needed the length, and so what inspired this card is this fold was already in there, so I cut off this part up here, which I actually just threw that part away, I think. Anyway, so it had that bend, so I thought, well, I'll just make, I don't know what you call this card, like a little book kind of thing. But I just made a bend in the whole front and glued that much down. It's about 1.5 inches roughly. Maybe, let me get the ruler. Might be slightly less than 1.5 inches. Actually, it's 1.5 inches and 2 lines is where the crease was from the edge, and there's actually still a tiny little bit of like the envelope glue on the very end over here. I could get rid of that if I rounded these corners, which maybe I'll do that. I don't know. You can't really even see it unless you're like up front close. This is one of the stitch shapes dies. It's an oval in Bermuda Bay, and these are stamped popsicles right here, and I colored them in light Bermuda Bay, light and dark Calypso Coral, and light and dark So Saffron, and I did put Wink of Stella all over them, which I don't think you'll be able to see. Maybe there a little bit. I did stamp "You Are So Cool" on one of the labels. Actually, that's not on one of the labels. That's on a 1/2-inch strip of scrap Whisper White. And then these are from the Playing with Patterns. I'm almost out of them, but I think I have another one coming in. That's all I have left. I did use some yellow ones later too. And this is the Coastal Cabana Retiring ribbon, which is from the Playing with Patterns combo pack in the current annual, 20 to 21 annual. It is a 1/4 inch Coastal Cabana. And there were 5 yards on it, so I need to use it up. And I stuck a glue dot under there. And I have cat hair everywhere. Anyway, I had a helper with me earlier. So I put "You Are So Cool, Happy Birthday." And I thought that was a neat card. I did wrap that all the way around the back. Now, because I didn't think about it until later in the game, but if I had thought about it, I would have wrapped it around before I glued this part down to itself. So it's just an A2 size card with about 1.5 inches and 2 lines. 1.5 inches and 1/8. So what is that? 1 7/8, something like that. 5/8, 1 5/8, I think. If I had thought about that, I wouldn't have wrapped it around the back. But there you have it. So that's card number 1. And I'm just putting this envelope with it because that stripe matches perfectly. So the next one I went a little different. I brought in that ice cream paper, and it's the one that had the Calypso Coral and Petal Pink and Bumblebee or whatever on it. I again stamped and fussy cut these out because there's no die. I did use a label and put "Hey there," and this is the reverse of this paper. I did use some of the twine, and I did use those crushed curry dots from the Playing with Patterns. Now they're carrying over to the new annual also. So this is terracotta tile, because that's what this color is supposed to be, and petal pink, and then this. So all of that is not in the kit, but this, and this is. And then I used blends, Calypso Coral, So Saffron, and Petal Pink, light and dark. And on this one, I used Soft Suede. I think on these two, I used Crumb Cake, light and dark. All right. And then inside, oh, this is that little, in the stamp set, there's these little droplets or something. And there's like splatters all over this paper. So I put splatters in full strength terracotta tile and then stamped off terracotta tile. You could use Petal Pink instead, and but that's what I did because this paper said it had terracotta tile, Petal Pink, Bumblebee. So that's what I did. I think it came out pretty, and it's an easy one to do. And then the next one, here's the strawberry one. So I again used the stitch shape dies. A circle though, I don't think that was the largest one. I think it was the second largest. This is also on terracotta tile, but with So Saffron as a backing sheet, and then that same type of paper that we used in this one. And this is terracotta tile ribbon from the Ornate Garden. This is what I have left. And I wrapped that all the way around the So Saffron and tied a real bow here. I think it came out cute. I did put a one of the glue dots underneath there. The That Was So Sweet of You is out of the Sweet Strawberry right here. And I stamped that in terracotta tile. This is a sticker from the kit. And these are not from the kit. They are sequins. One second, I forget what they're called. They are Artistry Blooms. They're in the, well, that's the new annual catalog page. Oh, they're in the current annual catalog pages 130 to 132. And the color on that is Mango Melody, actually. But they come in Mango Melody, Rich Raspberry, Coastal Cabana, and Calypso Coral. And I have grown to love those adhesive back sequins. Yes, I have. I'm going to leave this out somewhere. Okay. So we already talked about that ribbon. And we talked about this ribbon. Alright, so the next one I went a little different. And here it is. I took that Kiwi Popsicle. This paper is from the Designer Series paper. It is on the back of here. And I think this is soft seafoam, but at the time I did this, I thought it was Pool Party at first. Anyway, this is just a thick Whisper White card base, or thick basic white if that's what you have. And I used the polka dot tool and the, Pool Party, what is this called? Sheer ribbon. This is continuing. This is not. But I used, I wrapped the polka dot one around first, and then I put the Pool Party over it because I thought it made it shimmer a little more. I wanted something white, and I didn't really have anything left that was white that was open. So that's what I did there. I bumped this up on dimensionals. This is from the kit, the Hey There. And I did put just a scrap piece of Pool Party underneath there to make this pop a little more. And I stamped using Old Olive ink. So that's all I did on that. I cut this in half. And then inside I used the other half. And I put it on Old Olive. And I stamped the Way to Go. And this is one of the scraps from the envelope, which doesn't really match, but oh well. So that's what I did on that one. A little bit different. Now the next one's really different. So are you ready? Here we go. I made a 6x6 card. These things are, what are they called? Clever Clasps. I think they're in the current mini catalog. Don't hold me to that. They're item code 154564, and they are being discontinued. This is, I had some 12 by 12 Whisper White. It is not thick though, so I felt like it needed to be made thicker. And so this is Petal Pink, because these cards I think were Petal Pink. It looked like Terracotta Tile and Old Olive. So this is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. This one was a scrap I had that was already this width, so that is about an inch smaller than that. So that's probably 5 1/4 and by 5 3/4. And this one I ran through the subtle embossing folder, and that piece is Terracotta Tile. It was what I had left over. Now this does open like this, so I have Petal Pink, Terracotta Tile, and Whisper White, and I did stamp a watermelon and color it in with Old Olive, light and dark, a little bit of Terracotta Tile around the edges, but then I blended it with Petal Pink, light and dark. And then this actually unclips. I think I have some glue I have to get off of there. And unties, and I will not tie it up, and I just put Hey There, Way to Go, and glued that down. So I thought that was pretty clever. I'm just going to clip this, but I'm not going to tie it again on camera, but I will tie it again. So that, now you could add a little pocket inside there or something if you wanted to. I'll just do an unfancy, I won't tie it. Alright, so, well, I have to, because, you know, if I show them all at the end, right, then they all have to be pretty. This assumes I got the loop size right and all that jazz, but yeah, I didn't. That's why I didn't want to do it on camera. Anyway, you get the idea. I will tighten that up later. Okay, so that is that one. Then the next one, I went back to normal A2 size cards. Actually, all the rest of them. This one is a top opening. This is not a piece of the envelope. This is from the ice cream paper. And it's on the back of the Popsicles. There. And those Popsicles I thought matched really well. but too much Popsicle, it was too busy, so I put the stripe there. I backed it on Blackberry Bliss and put it on Bermuda Bay, and this is the Bermuda Bay. Oh, I forgot to tell you, this ribbon here, this is the Old Olive, also out of the Ornate Garden set. So this and that terracotta tile on this one were in the same ribbon pack. They're in the current annual catalog, page 160, the 20 to 21 one. Okay, now this ribbon is in the mini. It's part of the Ice Cream Corner Suite. On page 49, it's 154569. I love this ribbon. The Blackberry Bliss striped ribbon. It's going bye-bye though. I did use one of the labels. I did use the silver. I used those same sequins I showed you, but in rich raspberry. And that's about it on the front. And then inside, I just used another strip of the paper and with white on Blackberry Bliss. So that's a pretty easy one to recreate. The next one was a little more creative. Similar though, they actually showed one. Oh, it's buried under there. It's similar. So what I did, I have Bermuda Bay card. It's an A2 ladder landscape opening. Then I had a piece of 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 white card. Now, if you got the paper pumpkin, I think it was last month, right? We got these extra little masks, and one of them was, not that one, one of them was clouds. I can't get them out apart from each other. The sun keeps getting in the way. There we go. So I used this, and I took Pool Party on a sponge, which I already put away, and just went over part of the upper part of the card. Then I had a scrap of Bermuda Bay, which I wanted to be at the bottom like it was the horizon. And I took that little dot thing again and made it just a texture looking thing on the bottom because I wanted it to look more like, I don't know, Earth or the horizon down there. I did use the twine. I wrapped it around that piece of Whisper White where the Bermuda Bay connected. After I glued the rainbow down. I did use the sun. That sticker didn't come up off the sheet right, and I'm going to have to use a little dot or something there. And then I took a 1.5 inch circle punch. This is where I punched out of that piece of, what do you call it? The other half of the rainbow is what I punched that out of, because it was kind of thick, and I did stamp that in Bermuda Bay, the hay there. And then these are from that Playing with Patterns again, so I really like how that came out. And then inside I did just put another one of the stickers from the set. Hey there, I was going to put something else, but I decided not to on that one. And then the last one, so how many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 8th. Last one's kind of creative too, even though it is only A2 size. And here it is. So this is part of an envelope, and I know that because it has a little bit of a seam right here still. I did trim off some from up here and on the edges, and that is in here. This is that one Popsicle that I have a stick off of, and then I just took like the back and I traced it, and then I had to trim all the white off because one end didn't have the white on where I cut it down. So I made a backing piece. I did use one of the star circles, and then I made a butterfly by stamping 2 watermelons. So that's pretty funny. It was fun. And then I fussy cut it. So I just stamped it like that, and then stamped it like that with Memento Tuxedo Black. I colored it in with dark Bermuda Bay, and then dark So Saffron, and light Granny Apple Green, and light So Saffron, and I kind of blended them a little bit together from here down with the light So Saffron. And then I did take a black marker and kind of go around the edges, and I cut as much of the white off as I could here. These are the black matte dots, which are they're in the current annual, and they are carrying over. They were from the holiday 2020 catalog as well, the last year's mini. And I just put them on. I probably maybe will put another big one here to make like a head. I didn't put any antennae on. Then I made a bow and put it under here, tacked it down, stamped You're So Cool, and bumped that up on dimensionals. And then I used 3 of the Coastal Cabana Playing with Patterns resin dots. I think I used all the big ones, but they're like this size. So I just used a medium and 2 smaller. Well, actually, there must be 4 sizes in those, because there's like medium, small, and tiny. So that's that one, and just a stripe on the inside. So I thought that was kind of fun and creative. So there you go. There's my, I really wasn't liking that as a popsicle, so that's why I did that. And I just thought it was pretty creative and cute. So I hope you liked my alternatives. Let me know if you have a favorite or if you think I'm pretty out there. But, you know, it is what it is. That's what I came up with this time. And my favorites, I think, are this one. The one with the rainbow, the watermelon. I like them all. I don't know. Probably my least favorite is this one. It's just a little too much green. I think I feel like I needed more So Saffron or mint macaron or something, or pool party in the back, so it wouldn't be quite so much green. But I don't know, it's all right. So thank you so much for watching, and feel free to use these as inspiration with your kit. And for those that aren't subscribed, I know I've had people drop because they say, well, this is too easy for me, I'm more advanced. You can take what's in these kits, the simple things they give you, and turn them into something very creative and more advanced. You just have to have a little bit of imagination and maybe some time, because it does take time to do this. You're not even seeing them all. So I don't even know how to get them all in frame, everybody. So anyway, if you're interested in subscribing, I will have the link. It's a month-to-month, it's a monthly subscription kit by Stampin' Up called Paper Pumpkin. It's different every month. You don't know what you're going to get. They start dropping some hints, and I drop those hints when I get the information. The next one for May is called Batter Up, and it does have baseball type colors, red, blue, American type colors, red, blue, and white. So more traditional colors, but it looks to be fun as well, and more geared towards the guys in our lives, right? Or baseball lovers, or so we'll see. I'm not a big sports person. I can handle baseball, but so I might be doing some unique alternatives next month too. Anyway, I have fun with it. I hope you do too. Thanks so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.